Gun Freak Nation. Salute, baby. What up, though, y'all? Minneapolis is on fire right now, people. Giving more people to come in. What up? If you in here, you pissing a lot of people off. What up? You pissing a lot of people, but enough is enough, man. Shit is crazy right now. Damn, I'm trying to get my motherfucking mic. Can't nobody even see the goddamn microphone. I gotta reset this up. Hey, baby, did you get a notification of me going live? That damn YouTube. Yeah, they shadow banning me like a motherfucker. People coming in and coming out, but it's like they really don't put the, they really cranking it down where I got 0 people in here and I've been live for like 5 minutes, and I know that's some bullshit because I just had damn near 70 people in my live earlier today. So YouTube is definitely suppressing my views and fucking with the channel, but fuck it. They gonna have to catch this shit on the replay. What up though, Darth Vader? First and foremost, shout out to Darth Vader, AR American. Both of those brothers gave me a phone call that was very enlightening. I may have them on the show Friday or either Saturday. Hopefully, you know, I can get both of them on there and they can give me their different perspectives. But Prince, don't start with that me on shit. Now I'm gonna take that shit somewhere else. The world is crazy right now. Minneapolis is on fire. And I just need to talk. I want to elaborate on a little bit more of what I talked about when I was in my vehicle. You are witnessing something that could potentially be the flashpoint. What up, though, y'all? A flashpoint that's happening in the country right now. And Minnesota got some history now. So I'm gonna try to get this out, and I hope y'all receive this. I know a lot of this shit, what I'm about to say, look, man, all I can do is just keep it 100, keep it, you know, I'm gonna give y'all my humble opinion, my humble perspective on this situation. Let's start with the state of Minnesota. If y'all remember 2020, all of the fuck shit that was happening over the George Floyd, you know, killing. It sparked a lot of protests. Protests turned into riots. That shit sparked off in the state of Minnesota. I find it a huge coincidence that the same type of energy, the same type of shit, once again, is being sparked up in the state of Minnesota. It's some bullshit going on, and I feel like we are being tested, and a lot of us is falling for this motherfucking distraction, hook, line, and sinker. We are falling for it. Okay? Keep your ass at home. This shit that's going on right now ain't got shit to do with you. It ain't got shit to do with me. Stay home. 2 people already done lost their life already over this fuck shit. Now, this ICE shit that's happening, you voted for Trump, okay? He doing what he told y'all he was gonna do, except release them fucking Epstein. That's the only thing that nigga ain't did is release the motherfucking Epstein files. That's the only thing he ain't done. But all this other shit, when he said that he was gonna get rid of the legal special, especially the criminal elements, the rapists, the pedophiles, the murderers. I don't understand why people is standing up for the ills of society, especially the ones that don't even belong here, that's over here illegally. Why are you protesting for for savages like this to even be in this country? So that tells me something ain't right. Who is gassing y'all up to hit the streets? That's the $1 million question. Who is sponsoring all this shit? Because from what I'm looking at through my eyes, somebody somewhere wants a repeat of 2020. This is 2020 2.0. They trying to spark some violence up. They want some civil unrest, and it's all because who they don't like as the president. The same shit that was kicked up back in 2020, they doing that shit now. Who was president back in 2020? Trump was, right? And that's when you had all these George Floyd riots. You had all these antagonizers, instigators, provocateurs, and they doing it on another level this time. This time they using ICE as an excuse. Last 5 years ago or 6 years ago, it was George Floyd. Okay? It was George Floyd they used as an excuse to be the protagonist and instigate shit, right? This time, they're using ICE. They don't got 2 people killed so far. Now, let me speak on this situation. A couple of weeks ago, it was a young lady lost her life. She was in her car. She went there to be a thorn in ICE's side. She went there to try to obstruct whatever the fuck they was doing, the operation that they was doing. And when her vehicle was surrounded by ICE agents, instead of her getting out of her vehicle and complying to their demands, their lawful demands, she decided to try to escape with her car. Well, anytime when they're telling you to get out and you disobeying, you're not complying, and your car, if you move in your car and it's surrounded by agents, clearly you're going to be perceived as a threat. Okay? You're going to be perceived as a threat. So she pretty much got herself killed being a dumbass. She got herself killed. Now, this second shooting, I got a problem with it. I understand. I can see where the first one with the young lady was justified, but this right here is senseless. God damn, YouTube suppressing the fuck out of me, man. YouTube, you ain't shit for this. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Don't nobody super chat me. Don't nobody. If you want to do that, cash at me. But don't nobody. I don't need nobody contributing to YouTube because they already ripping me off. They already robbing me. I'm not on here trying to beg for donations and none of this shit. I'm only here to give my peace of mind. But I'm telling y'all, just for my disdain for how YouTube is doing me dirty, do not super chat me. Don't give me none of that fancy shit. Because that money is going into YouTube's pocket. They robbing me. I'm not even gonna get none of that shit. But I got a problem with the second shooting, and I feel like shit gonna spark off. And you know, when shit started in Minnesota, it tends to be like a cancer and just spreads to other areas of the country. It's like monkey see, monkey do. I'm telling y'all, mind your fucking business. Stop going out there protesting for these rapists, these fucking murderers, these fucking pedophiles, man. Let they asses get deported. They don't supposed to be here anyway. They over here illegally anyway. I don't have an issue with somebody coming over here trying to actually have a better life. But these motherfuckers are coming over here to rape our women, to rob us, to be criminals. They part of the criminal element, and we don't need no more extra fucking savages in this goddamn country. We already got enough of American savages that we got to deal with. But for this young man to lose his life, and for Cash Patel and Pam Bundy and whoever this other bitch is to get on TV and to try to assassinate this man's character and make him seem like he went out there to do harm to those police officers or to those ICE agents. Nah, I'm not buying that shit. They full of shit on that one. And they think that the American people are stupid and dumb. And my brother, what up? You know I got love for you, but you absolutely wrong. What up? Because you feed into their same narrative. You text me that this man was being violent and that he was resisting arrest and that he was being violent towards those ICE agents and he was armed. You reading from their playbook, man. You got to open your eyes and see the truth. The truth of the matter is, he wasn't all that. He was out there protesting. He saw a woman get slammed to the ground by ICE. And he was coming to her aid. And when ICE agents saw that shit, they targeted him and threw his ass on the ground. In some kind of way, he had his phone out videotaping it, right? But he was armed, legally armed. He was legally armed. He had a right to have that pistol on him, for sure, 1,000%. Legally, he had a right to do it. When they was patting him down, searching him, one of the ICE agents, gun. Man, listen, I'm going to tell y'all something. The last thing y'all want to hear is a police officer or whoever say gun. Because the minute that they say gun, you may not survive that situation. Okay? First and foremost, let me tell y'all something. Yo, I love you too, brother. I love you too, and I appreciate you. Listen, I want y'all to live. Number one, if you know that you're going to be around about a bunch of law enforcement, and I know y'all about to go in on me for saying this shit, but I'm just trying to keep y'all alive, all right? Y'all my niggas, and I love y'all. If you know you're about to be in a potential hostile situation, and you know it's going to be a lot of cops, police around, you may want to leave your firearm in your vehicle or not even bring it at all. Because if my mans wouldn't have had that gun on him, he would still be alive. And I'm not saying that he was wrong for carrying. He had a license to carry. But so do I. Now, let me say this to y'all. Back in the summer, what up? I wish you was, what up though, AR American? Listen. Back in the summer, I went on a march with New Era Detroit. Okay? They're a group here and they proactive. Whenever somebody get robbed or killed or something, they on the spot. They be at gas stations protecting the young, the women, the elderly, and I respect them. So I marched with them brothers back in the summertime. I went live. Y'all probably remember this. But you know what I did? I left my firearm in my vehicle and I marched with them. They didn't search me or none of that shit. But I just, in the back of my mind, I'm like, that's not cool for me to walk up on them, being in their environment, and I'm armed because they don't know me like that. I know of them, but they don't know me like that. So respectfully, I left my weapon, my firearm in my car, because what if they would have patted me down, saw my gun? Of course, I could have been like, hey man, I am armed. You know, I have my CPL, my concealed pistol license. Hey, but I said, you know what? I don't even want to go through that. They already armed. I'm marching with them. I chose because you just never know, some shit could go left. So me, personally, if I was against what ICE is doing and I want to protest, which would be my right to do that, I'm not going to be carrying my firearm on me for the simple reason a situation like that can happen. And all it takes is just 1 second of a misunderstanding and your life can be gone in the blink of an eye, just like that. And I felt like that brother who's a nurse, he's a hero to me. Nurses, you know, participate in helping save people's lives, right? Back in 2020, he would have been an essential worker because everybody else got laid off. But by him being a nurse, so he didn't have no criminal record. But what I don't like is I see assholes like that bitch and like that Pastel, whatever the fuck his name is, and this other lady get on TV and paint that man out as if he went there to do harm to those ICE agents. That's flat out wrong. And you got ignorant people that will see that shit Come on, what up, Lee? What up? Come on, man. What up? What up? You got to understand, man. Open up your eyes and your mind. Because what you saying now don't make no fucking sense. What I don't like is how they getting on the news, giving press conferences, saying that this guy went there to do harm, to shoot up ICE agents. Oh, he had a gun on him. He didn't have his driver's license or no state ID on him, but he had a gun, and he had 2 loaded magazines. Oh, he was getting ready to take out 30, 40 ICE agents because he had his gun and he had an extra 2 magazines on him, 2 mags. There's no law telling you how many mags that you are allowed to carry. That guy was in his legal rights to be armed and to have however many mags he wanted him to have. That was within his right. But hold on, y'all. But at the same time, you still got to use your common sense. You almost got to anticipate or expect some shit going left. Me, if I was number one, I'm not gonna take part in that bullshit. Ain't no way I'm protesting for some motherfuckers that don't supposed to even be in this country, that came into this country legally. Well, not, good old Sleepy Joe Biden let them motherfuckers in. I'm not gonna be out there. Period. Fuck that. For all I care, catch all they raping, pedophile, violent asses and send their asses on over there. A nigga like me, you ain't gonna see me out there protesting for none of them motherfuckers. I'm gonna keep my black ass in the house. But right folks, y'all catching the brunt of this one. Y'all catching the brunt of this one. You feel me? And what up, man? If you're gonna be a moderator, get these motherfucking trolls out of here. I shouldn't have to block a motherfucker. That's what I got y'all in here for. So y'all get up off y'all asses, man. Either y'all like what these fucking trolls are saying. Let me put this motherfucking time out, man. Do y'all motherfucking jobs, man. If y'all gonna rock with me, rock with me. Don't let these motherfucking trolls come in here. I'm gonna have to start blocking my own motherfucking moderators in a minute. If y'all letting this shit continue to slide, my nigga. Chill with that shit. Chill with it. God damn it. Y'all a motherfucking moderator for a reason. Why y'all letting these motherfuckers come up in here and talk this racist shit? Unless y'all down with this shit. So if I got to block a motherfucker myself, what the fuck I need y'all in here for? Huh? Shit. Now y'all pissing me the fuck off now. The fuck? But anyway, y'all letting racist motherfuckers come in here and talk that shit, man. If you're gonna be a motherfucking moderator, be a motherfucking moderator. Do I gotta get new motherfucking moderators up in here? Chill with that shit. You ain't gonna come up in here with all this racist ass shit and talking that shit. You know what I'm saying? First you was being funny with the 50 Cent jokes. You know what I'm saying? But when you get to talking all that racial shit, you got to get the fuck up out of here. So what I'm saying is, I had a very interesting conversation with my brother, AR American. We are being pitted against each other. They want us to fight amongst ourselves, black and white, white and Hispanic. It don't matter. They want some type of fucking violence to happen, so they could claim martial law, the whatever that shit where the government take over and bring in their troops and shit. Don't fall for that bullshit. So what I'm gonna say to this shit, I'm gonna say to this situation, and pay me no mind. You got to be careful anytime. I told y'all, anytime when you encounter law enforcement, you must be careful. He didn't have no fucking business out there. I can't tell this guy not to protest. But if you're going to go out there and protest, leave your fucking gun at home, because the exact same shit that happened to him can happen to you. So if you want to go out there and protest, that's your right. But remember what you protesting for. You protesting against them sending illegal motherfuckers that's over here committing crimes. Because that's who they going after first. The motherfuckers that they know got the violent past, the violent record, and all that shit. They going after them. No, my brother that lost his life. You know what his death remind me of? His death remind me of what was my man's name? Damn. It was a guy. Shit. Remember that killing Alton Sterling. Remember him? Alton Sterling was a young black man. He was selling CDs. I think this happened in New Orleans. He was outside of a store selling bootleg CDs. It was a homeless bastard approached him and asked Alton for some money. Alton said, "You bum, get the fuck out my face." You know, so you know what this homeless bastard did? Called the police on him, told the police that he was illegally selling CDs. They came, and when the police came and confronted Alton Sterling, which he was a hood nigga, you know what I'm saying? We out there hustling, selling CDs and shit, whatever. The nigga had a gun on him. Alton Sterling had a gun on him. You know, everybody know he got a little money on him because he's a CD man. He's selling CDs. So when the police confronted him, I guess he didn't comply. He was slammed on the ground. And instead of him telling the police that he got a gun on him, a legal gun at that, he didn't say shit. So when they was patting him down, they found the gun. As soon as they found the gun, one of the cops screamed, "Gun, gun, gun!" And his life was lost because he had a legal gun on him. He didn't want to tell the police he was armed because he knew he wasn't supposed to have had that damn gun on him. And he lost his life that way. So let's fast forward to this situation. Same thing happened, but this guy, he had a license for his gun. But where he fucked up at, number one, you trying to be Captain Save-A-Ho. You see them push a woman down on the ground, you come to her aid, which brought your you was on their radar. You got attention from ICE when they saw you do that shit, and they slapped your ass to the ground. Number one, you shouldn't have had that gun on you if you gonna be in a hostile environment like that. That's number one. You don't bring a gun whether you got good intentions or not. You don't bring a gun with you where you know it's gonna be a lot of cops, ICE agents. It shit gonna go left. They're already looking at you as the enemy. So this is my take on it. I don't think he was trying to pull a gun out on them and shoot them. Why would he want to do that? This guy, no criminal background. He's a fucking nurse. He just believed that kicking illegal aliens, violent aliens was against the, he was against it. For whatever reason, he was against it. That's his business if he wanted to protest that, right? But what he should have did was the second that the police or ICE agents surrounded him, he should have threw his hands up like this. "Officers, I am armed. I'm legally armed. I have my license to carry, and I am armed. Here's my hands." He would be here right now. But instead, he didn't tell him. I assume he didn't tell him. Something happened. When they threw him down on the ground and they began to search him, one of them ICE agents saw that gun, just like the other situation I told you about, and one of them panicked, man, and they shot that man. You ain't got to have the gun in your hand. All it takes is for one cop to say, "Gun, gun, gun," and everybody gonna freak the fuck out. So I'm just gonna tell y'all the hard truth. Even though he had a right to carry that gun, he had his license, you still gotta use your common sense, y'all. He put himself in a position to get killed, man. Both of them put themselves in a condition. Now, what I don't like is how you got the Cash Patel or whatever the fuck his name is, and this Pam Bondi and this other bitch making this guy out to be pretty much a leftist terrorist. That's not cool. You got them on the news giving press conferences saying that this guy had 2 loaded mags and he went there to kill ICE agents, and that's why he didn't have his ID on him. And at the same time, you got this fake Black Panther motherfucker that just came from out of nowhere, which I believe he's CIA or FBI or something. He's trying to stir people up, black people, people of color, and get them to go out there to protest for illegal motherfuckers that's here committing crimes, raping, murder, and all that. Make this shit, when you look at the big picture, it's a shit show. Do not follow this dude, man. He's trying to lead y'all black asses to the slaughterhouse. This is some type of COINTELPRO, FBI, CIA operation that's going on right here, man. And the reason why I titled this video Minnesota is ground zero. This shit is really ground zero, my nigga. The same shit that happened back in 2020. They trying to. This is a whole. In my opinion, this is a replay of 2020. But instead of George Floyd, it's ICE. No, they're gonna use. I guarantee you this: that the people that's fueling this shit, that's gaslighting this shit, they're gonna try to spark protests and riots across the whole country because of this shit. Because of this bullshit. So we got two different camps that's trying to play us against each other, man. Let me read some of these comments right here. What up with you? I don't know. I assume that he was from Minneapolis. You know, I assume he was from Minneapolis. And once again, I'm not telling nobody that you don't have the right to protest. Of course you do. But it's the way that you got to have common sense at the same time. You got to move different. But anytime, me personally, if I was against a situation and I want to go and protest, I'm going to leave my firearm in my vehicle or at home, but more than likely in my vehicle. If I'm going to go anywhere near the police in a situation, in a hostile situation like that, I'm not going to have my gun on me because I don't want no misunderstandings. Like I say, in a situation like this, all it takes is a split second misunderstanding, or all it takes is a split second of a trigger happy cop or a pussy ass, nervous ass cop that's in fear of his life to overreact by gunning you down because he see a gun. That's one thing you never want to hear that word if you stop by the police. Because I done told y'all, anytime when y'all have an encounter with the police, it's two things on the line: your freedom and your fucking life. And you don't want to give them no excuse to kill you. You don't want to give them no excuse to gun you down. So whenever you are in an encounter with the police, you never want to hear the word screamed out gun. Because once that word gun is yelled out, that's it. That's it. Good luck in surviving that ordeal, that situation, that encounter. Good luck. You never want to hear those words. What you do, if you do have your gun, if you don't want to listen to me and you want to go out there and you want to protest and you got your legal gun and yeah, the law is on my side and I'm legal. Can't nobody shut the fuck up. Can't nobody tell me shit. I'm legal. I got my shit on me. I got my paperwork. Well, nigga, you can have that. You can have them put that shit in your obituary. Matter of fact, even better, you can have them inscribe that on your motherfucking tombstone. Because that's exactly what the fuck that happened. Fuck all that legal shit. Yeah, I got the legal rights to do this and all that. But you also got to have fucking common sense. And can predict when you being savage ready, even against certain elements of the police, you got to put yourself in a situation where you got to be the one to think for other people. You got to be the one to think ahead of other motherfuckers. Just like sometimes when you are out there driving. When you're driving, you're not just driving for yourself. You're driving for other people. Because me, I'm anticipating. I'm looking at the traffic. I'm seeing this motherfucker getting ready to cut off in front of me, or, driving crazy. You got to maneuver for other people because other people don't know what the fuck they're doing, and they can crash into you and cause an accident. It ain't even got to be your fault. It could be a stupid motherfucker that don't know what the fuck that they doing. This is why I say you not only driving for yourself, but you got to drive for other people too, because there's other dumbasses out there behind that wheel. So the same thing applies when you in situations like that, when you in the middle of a motherfucking in the middle of a fucking protest. You got to think ahead of time. This is why I'm saying I would not have had a gun on me. And if I did decide to have that gun on me, if I see that the cops is getting ready to come for me, I'm gonna have my hands up and be like, hey man, I'm legally armed. I have my concealed carry license. I am armed. Here's my hands, what you can see. So the likelihood that they will not shoot you outweighs them finding the gun on you and one of them stupid motherfuckers saying gun, 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 and somebody being trigger happy or somebody panic. You got to think, you got to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps ahead of these motherfuckers. You understand? And no matter what, they're going to be backed by Trump. They're going to be backed by Cash Patel, whoever the fuck this motherfucker is. They're going to be backed by them. It really pissed me the fuck off. It really pissed me the fuck off that they had the nerve to get on TV and give a press conference saying that this man basically was a fucking terrorist and that he had 2 loaded magazines and that he could have took out 30, 40 ICE agents. Y'all telling me that y'all buying into that bullshit, that y'all actually believe that shit, that this man went there to do harm to them agents, man? Come on, man. I need y'all. I need somebody to be in the comment to tell me, am I wrong? And what I'm saying, do you disagree with me? But I'm telling you, it's something also at play here. I don't know if y'all picked up on this shit or sensed this shit or can see this shit too, but something weird is going on right now in this country and even all around the world. With this pending, Iran war that's about to be fought. And Iran already said that we gonna feel like if they regime be toppled, we gonna feel it right here in the homeland. They pretty much said that shit, which tells me they already got cells here ready to be activated as soon as the shit go down. So I'm telling y'all right now, y'all need to be armed. There's something happening. But I'm telling you, the left is behind some of this shit. They gaslighting people. They're getting people to go out there and protest for these funky ass illegal alien savages that's over here. I'm not going to stay out the fucking way. This is what they want you to do. And they don't give a fuck about you or me at the end of the day. You just another fucking casualty of war. You don't see they funky asses out there on the line. All these motherfucking Democrat, liberal politicians, where they at? Why you don't see them out there putting their life on the line? But they want y'all to go out there and put y'all life on the line and get massacred. They trying to send y'all dumbasses to the slaughterhouses. And y'all, oh shit. Okay. ISIS illegally kicking people out this country. They just fucking with people for no fucking reason. Oh, let me stop what the fuck I'm doing and go out there and march and protest for these motherfuckers. Make this shit make sense, y'all. And the only ones that's been killed is Americans and white people at that. Make this shit make. Oh, man. But I'm telling y'all, listen. They want another. This is 2020 all over again. The only thing that's missing, we ain't got no motherfucking pandemic. But as far as the unrest, the George Floyd riots and all that shit, this is happening all over again. And it's only going to get worse. Somebody want this shit to happen. Somebody is they don't already, like, they manufacturing this shit. And the ignorant, the people that don't have the brain power to process, to see what's actually happening, and that y'all being played, and that y'all being set up for this shit, you're gonna continue to see people getting killed, man. And it's a sad thing, man. I don't wish death on nobody. But you actually got people on the right celebrating this shit, saying, making jokes about this shit. Let's just one less liberal in the world today. What up, man? Come on, man. This dude was a nurse. He was not unemployed. Everybody got the right to protest what they are against. The left does it too. Yeah. I mean, you got two groups of people that got their logic or whatever their political beliefs are. But when you can't come together like this, instead it's like this, and they going at each other. So when people get unalived, get killed on either side, you're gonna have people sympathizing, and then you gonna have other people making jokes. That's this is America. And it's just, the whole thing is childish, if you ask me, man. But yeah, he died in vain. He died for some bullshit that he was gaslighted. You got provocateurs. You got people like this fake ass Black Panther dude. Don't follow this dude, man. Somebody dug up some old footage on this so-called Black Panther leader, this new leader that just came from all the thin air. Well, this nigga used to be a gang member. And I'm not telling y'all a person can't change their life, or, but I'm not buying this shit, man. This guy is a paid actor, and he's trying to lead y'all to the slaughterhouse. If you're going to go to a protest, I highly advise you not to be armed. If you're going to go, keep your firearm, your legal firearm, in your vehicle, locked up and secured. You just don't want to have your firearm on you in a situation like that, because you see what happened. He's no longer here. This man is dead, and for what? And I'm telling you, you ain't seen the worst yet. This shit only gonna get worse. Trump is the president, and the left can't stand that shit. They can't wait to spark up some more shit. They can't wait to have a continuation of all of the fuck shit that went down in 2020. You didn't see all this shit the last 4 years when Biden. You didn't see no protesters. None of that shit. Not on this scale. You didn't see this shit. Only when Trump. And I'm not taking up for Trump either. I fuck with Trump, but a lot of shit that he's been doing lately, he's been wilding out. Okay? He's been wilding out. So I'm not one of them motherfuckers that just blindly support him and yes, I'm team Trump. No. I ain't never been no ass kisser. I ain't never been no bootlicker. I see it and say it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? I ain't on no left side. I'm not on the right side. I'm on the side of moral compass. And if I see some shit that's dirty, if I see some shit that's flat out wrong, I'm going to speak my mind on the situation. And I'm telling you right now, it was either a trigger happy cop, an ICE agent, or one that was scared. And that's why that guy lost his life. But is he at fault too? Yes, he is. Because he shouldn't have been armed. It make him look bad that he had a gun on him, but he didn't have his own. He didn't have no he didn't have no ID, no identification on him. And I get it. He's a nurse. He probably didn't want. He probably thought he might have been shook down by the police, and he didn't want, the heat on him of potentially losing his job. I get it, but it was dumb as fuck. And that's another reason they can say he went there to do harm. No, he didn't. He was going to the aid of a woman that had got pushed down, and he caught their attention. And when they threw him down, I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. When they threw him down, he filming with his phone. When they was patting that man down, that they threw him down on the ground, one of them came across his gun, yelled the word gun. They freaked out. Like I said, he was either a nervous motherfucking cop or a trigger happy cop. That's how he lost his life. So if you really down with that shit and want to protest, don't go there armed. Whether you legally can or not, don't go there armed for the simple fact it might be a split second misunderstanding, but that split second misunderstanding can cost you your fucking life. That shit can cost you your fucking life. But I'm telling y'all, some shit about to hit the fan, man. Okay, what up, said Tampon Tim publicly told the people of Minnesota to resist ICE. So there you go. But you know what? If they're dumb enough to let that man lead them to the slaughterhouse, what can you do? And like I predicted, when the young lady lost her life because she used a fucking car as a weapon, because that's the way I would have took that shit. I told y'all it was gonna be somebody else. It ain't over. Somebody else gonna get killed. And I'm gonna tell y'all once again, this shit ain't over. There's gonna be more casualties of war. More people gonna lose their life. And I'm tired of people letting their emotions get them killed, man. Anytime when you are not thinking with logic, anytime when you're not thinking with your intelligence, and you're reacting purely off of emotion, it ain't gonna end well. It's not gonna end well, man. You're gonna get yourself killed, and over a situation that's not worthy of you giving your life. You give your life trying to protect your family, protect your own life. That's when you're willing to give up your life, not for no funky ass savage that don't supposed to be here in the first fucking place. They going after the violent ones. And I don't know what else to say, man. I would like to have somebody come on and talk to me. I can go on Restream and put the link up, because I would like to hear y'all thoughts on this shit. You feel me? I would love to hear y'all thoughts on this shit. Read some more of these comments. Let me see what we got here. Okay, feel the deal. You got to blend in out here. Move with sophistication like a fox. You got to be able to walk into the crowd, then disappear. You know what? I agree with you, feel the real deal, feel the deal. I 100% agree with you. Some people get so caught up on the legalities. Well, it's my right to do this. I got my license, and you know, I'm gonna carry my gun on me. Regardless. And nah, man. I mean, you got your right, and and legally you do, but you can also put yourself in a situation where you can get your life took over a split second choice that you made over, because of a split second misunderstanding. And I think this gentleman lost his life over a split second misunderstanding when he first saw those ICE agents approaching him. Whether they grabbed him and just tackled him, he could have been like, "Yo, man, I come here in peace. Here's my hands. I am armed." Before they even got to searching him, before they even got to start searching him, he was supposed to have told him, "Look, I'm armed. Here's my hands. I have a gun on me. I'm legally armed." He would still be here. And I don't know. Maybe he did try to tell him that. I don't know. All I know is that he should still be here, man. He said it in a press conference a week or two ago. Appreciate that, Mike. Okay, we got Darth Vader saying, "When did Tim Ross tell the people to resist ICE? You are so full of yourself. It's not even funny. Moderators are corny of murder too." Oh shit, we got two mods going back at it. Hey, this is a place of peace. I shouldn't have the mods going back and forth. And I'm not saying y'all going back and forth, but what up? You got to listen, man. You got to humble yourself. What up? What up? You just can't take what them people say. That guy didn't go there with ill intentions. He fucked up when he didn't let them know that he had a gun. And he should have announced, okay, it's like this. Anytime when I get stopped by the police, when they flick me with them lights, as soon as that officer, first of all, I'm gonna shut my fucking engine off, and I'm gonna have my fucking hands up. I'm not gonna have my hands on the steering wheel because I'm thinking this officer might interpret my hands being on the steering wheel as me getting ready to take off on his ass. So no, I'm not putting my fucking hand. Even though some people be like, "Put your hand on the steering wheel." Fuck that. My hands is going up just like this. "Hello, officer. How are you? Can I see your license, insurance, and registration?" "Officer, here's my hands." Before he say anything else, "Officer, here's my hands. I have my license to carry. I have my CPL, my license to carry. I am armed. How would you like to proceed?" And just like that, I get to live to see another day because, number one, you done made the officer aware that you have a CPL and that you are armed. And he should already know that by punching in your license plate. But in the state of Michigan, if you have your CPL, by law, you are required you got to let them know. So that's first and foremost. Once I get that out the way, hey, I have my CPL. I am legally, carrying. I am armed. How would you like to proceed? So when he was like, "Well, I would like to see your driver's license." "Officer, I am about to reach in my left back pocket. I am slowly reaching for my wallet." So I announced the movements ahead of time. So can't nobody be like, "Oh, he reaching." No, I'm about to tell you what I'm reaching for. Now, over there, officer, in my glove box, I have my insurance and I have my registration. I am going to reach for it. You asked for it, so I am about to reach for it. Usually the cop at that point will be like, "Oh, man, you good." You know what I'm saying? You good. You ain't got to, explain all that. Just get it. At that point, usually the cop, they know See, one thing is you don't want to give them a reason to be suspicious. You don't want to make them nervous. You don't want to make it, because a nervous cop can be your killer. So you got to play that shit calm. You got to be cool, calm, and collected. And never, I don't give a fuck how big of an asshole the cop may be. Don't let that cop break your cool. He been an asshole for a reason. Either that nigga don't had a bad day, or he just trying to get you pumped up so he have a reason to unalive you. So you cannot fall for the bullshit. You got to remain. Anytime when you have a traffic stop, you want to make that shit as fast and as quick as possible, because the longer it play out, the more chances some shit can go down and go left, and that's the last thing that you want. But yeah, my man's got himself killed, man. You know, he was legally right to have his gun, but you don't bring a gun to a fucking protest. What up, though, Zulu Knight? Okay, what up? I ain't gonna humble shit. I saw Tampon Tim say it multiple times at the press. So, what up? You telling me that this guy deserved what happened to him? Is that what you're trying to say? What up? Can I call you right now? Can I call you what up and get you on the what up? Can I call you right now? Can I call you right now? What up? And give me your perspective. I'm about to call you right now. What up? I'm about to call you right now. And I know you by your fucking phone because you right here on the live. So, what up? What up? I ain't showing your number. What up? Talk to me. What up? What up? Answer your phone, nigga. What up? Answer your phone, man. Oh, come on, man. See what up? You playing games, dog. Hey, Darth Vader, can I call you? I want to hear your perspective, brother, over the phone. Can I call you, Darth? Can I call you? Darth, can I call you? Are you still in here? I mean, I got a lot of people texting me right now. Darth, let me call you. I'm on the phone with Darth Vader. Pick up, Darth. What up, Darth? I'm live. I just want to hear from your perspective on that situation, man. You think that guy, what happened to him? Did you think he brought it on himself by bringing a gun in that hostile environment, or do you think that they overreacted, man? I told you what my thoughts were. I mean, what's your take on this? And do you think somebody gaslighting these people on purpose to get to send them into just to keep all this shit going, man? Because I see riots happening over this shit. What's your thoughts on it, Dar? And I ain't trying to put you on the spot and nothing like that, brother. But if you uncomfortable, we can hang up right now. Right. Exactly.
involve yourself in situations like that, especially with ICE, that ain't having a firearm in that situation is not a good look.
Right.
You were looking. I don't know if he was looking for something to jump off. I don't know if somebody told him to bring his firearm or whatever the case was, but that was not a smart decision, especially on being a concealed carry having a concealed carry permit. And I know you've been through the class.
Yeah.
I know you know what that entails.
Right.
And so you got to understand too, these ICE agents are trigger happy.
Yes.
So anything that jump off, they looking for a reason.
Yes.
They're looking for a reason,
Yes.
and they've already got the backing of the administration
Yes.
having the narrative already planted.
Yes.
Not only do our ICE agents have to fight to get the illegal immigrants out the country, but they've got to fight their own citizens to get to them.
That's
So
crazy.
no, I don't agree with his decision. It's an unfortunate decision because you could have easily made that choice to say, if I'm going to carry this, I'm not going to attend this rally.
Right.
Or if you saw the injustice, you should have said, okay, this can go left real quick. Let me
Yes.
take this off
Yes.
and put it in my car, or, let me just film from a distance what's going on.
Right. I agree with you
Um,
1000%,
we
brother.
we we got to turn the temperature down
Yes.
before shit gets way out of hand.
That's what I'm
It's
thinking.
it's it's a it's we are at a critical point where innocent lives are going to be lost because of one ill-advised decisions to attend these protests with your firearm. Two, ICE agents are going into situations thinking it's us against the world. And so we've got the backing of the administration, and however it got to go down, it's going to go down.
Right. I agree. I
And
agree.
and I'm all for, if you're here illegally and you're violent, absolutely, you got to go. But if you are here legally and you have all your documents and you're contributing to the greater good of this country, man, leave these people alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Leave these people alone. Um, I don't. I don't attend protests. I don't attend rallies because, one, I don't like crowds,
Right.
but also because I believe that there are professional agitators in every situation
Yes.
that
Thank you.
are put
Thank you.
in there to stoke the flames of the
Right.
narrative. It's
Right.
not about a left. It's not about a left agenda. It's not about a right agenda. It's about the elite agenda versus all of us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree.
You got that elite 1% that, at a snap of a finger, they can change the entire direction of this country to benefit them, and damn shall not benefit us.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I see injustices all over the place. And yeah, I know it's your constitutional right to go and protest if you want. By all means, go do that. But do it legally. Do it where you know that you're going to come home. Do it
Yes.
where you can make a difference. Use your
Right.
social media platforms.
Yes.
But when you integrate uh, tempers and firearms and hot button topics like what we got going on,
Right.
it's a recipe for disaster.
It's a recipe for fucking
And
just
it's an
just
unfortunate thing that
yeah.
these young people, because they're younger than me, these young people are losing their lives for people that are murderers, rapists. You're here in this country illegally. If you want to protest, guess what? Go to a hearing
Mm-hmm.
and protest in the court.
Right. This,
the streets ain't where you need to do it,
don't hold
because
court in the
guess what?
streets.
You got justice in the courts, and then you got street justice.
Yes.
These ICE agents are carrying street justice
That's
out in the
street
streets, and
justice all
we're
day.
watching it unfold.
All day. We are literally watching it unfold on live TV. Street justice.
So I don't, and don't get me wrong, I have nothing against ICE agents. They
Me
have a
either.
job to do.
I'm
do
all
your
for
job.
it. Yeah, get
But
them out of the country. They don't belong here anyway. Get them out of the
from
country. It's a
what
lot
we're
of women that
seeing,
would be alive right now if it wasn't for these illegal motherfuckers that's over here doing all this heinous, crimes and shit. And I don't understand for the life of me why you got people out there protesting them being, caught up and deported back to where they came from. Make it make sense. Who is getting into these people's heads and telling them that it's wrong to do that? I just don't understand it. This is why I'm telling you, Minnesota, I'm calling it ground zero, because I'm telling you that's going to be the spark that's going to spread across the rest of this country. It's already protesters throughout the country that's protesting this, but when somebody get killed, it take it to a whole nother level. And I'm just fearing right now, man, that I see it coming. I see something
yeah,
coming, man. They trying to have a repeat of 2020 of they trying to destabilize the country, and all they gonna do is just make the situation even worse. Because Trump don't have a problem calling in the military to put it down. And man, thank you, Dar, for participating in this, man. I just needed another, perspective on it, and I agree with everything you said, brother. And I look forward to, we might be doing a podcast the weekend, well, Saturday. So, just
oh
thank
yeah,
you. What you said just made sense.
you just let me know, and it's funny when you said you can't have the mods going at each other. It wasn't that. It was,
I understand. Right.
I'm letting them know. I don't recall, and I haven't seen where the governor told his citizens to resist ICE. Now, if it's out there and I haven't seen it, then show me.
Yes.
But I have a hard time believing that somebody told somebody in that position to resist a law enforcement agency. I got a hard time with that. And just like you were saying, priests and pastors and doctors are not convicted of murder. Guess what? Moderators are too. So let's not pick and choose.
Yes.
And then when you talk about being a nurse and shit, no.
Yes.
Do not denigrate an entire profession. I work with nurses, and my daughter's a nurse.
Yes.
So what up need to choose his words carefully.
Ha! What up? The firing shot. Shots have been fired. What up? I'm not trying to antagonize and instigate shit, but hey, listen. What up? You got to chill though. I love you, brother. You've been down with the Gun Freak Nation, but sometimes, brother, you just got to open your eyes and stop falling into that right wing bullshit, because at the end of the day you got the left wing and then you got the right wing, and they both on they bullshit. You hear me? I'm a straight shooter. I'm right down the middle. I'm neither one of them motherfuckers. I'm just a human being that's trying to navigate this thing called life. And when I see some fuck shit happening, I'm going to call it out. Do I want to get myself entangled in it and involved in it? Hell, fuck no. I want to live, my brother. I'm not going to put myself out there for no funky ass illegal alien that don't even supposed to be here. No, I'm not going to put my life on the line for no raping, murderous, illegal alien that don't even supposed to be here. So it's some shit happening, and I'm telling you, it's some underlying shit that's under this shit. No. What up? You got plenty to say, but I tried to call you first. You could have been on the phone. What up? Discussing this. I understand you camera shy, brother, but you could have been on the phone, telling me why you think the way that you think. What up? And I'm just trying to enlighten you, my brother. You got to get your head all of that out the clouds. And I'm not trying to insult you or disrespect you, but that guy didn't go there. He wasn't resisting. Well, then he wasn't resisting to the point to where he needed to be gunned down.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's
And here's the
that's
thing. Here's the thing. We weren't there. I wasn't there. You weren't there. Nobody in the chat was there. Where was this man's hands? Was his hands going towards the gun?
we
Was he
don't
reaching for their gun?
exactly. Thank you,
So
thank you.
we can't assume that we know everything because we see this footage or that footage. I wasn't there. I would have to be there to see if this guy was actually reaching for his gun.
Exactly.
Now, here's the thing. It's a double-edged sword too, because while you're resisting them and they feel that gun, in their minds they're like, okay, he's resisting me, so he can go for the gun.
Exactly. Yep. Yep.
So it's a double-edged sword.
It
Either
is.
way, it's an unfortunate event that this young man inserted himself into
Yeah.
that he did not have to even be part of.
Exactly.
Because here's my thing. As a nurse, especially, matter of fact, an ICU nurse, that's when you see the worst of the worst because those are people that are critical. They got one foot in the grave. And so if you help that person recover or help that person get to the next stage where they're getting better, that's where you're making a difference. You didn't make not one bit of difference being out there on that street. Your
Exactly.
difference that you was making was in your job.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So
Yep.
I wouldn't have been, like I said, I wouldn't have been out there protesting when I knew. And being a nurse, you know that going out there and contributing to the agitation that was already going, in your mind, you knew what was going to happen.
Yeah. He should have already had the
You
mindset
couldn't
not
tell me that you didn't think, oh, I'm just going to go out here with my pistol on me and, if it go
right.
down, it go down. No, because now they're going to paint the narrative and spin it any way they want to.
Right.
So
Exactly.
his family now has to worry about clearing his name
Yeah.
because he's being labeled as a domestic terrorist.
Yep. That's exactly what's happening. And they don't threw him under the bus. When they saw you see how they making a big deal. Oh, he had 2 loaded mags on him. He went there to cause maximum death and destruction on these ICE agents. You see the shit that they're saying on the media right now?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, brother. It's ridiculous. But I called you out the blue, my brother. I don't want to hold you up, man. Let's get this podcast set up for Saturday. I'm gonna try to have AR American on there to come join us, and this is going to be an epic podcast, man. We could talk about all this shit, but once again, thank you for participating in this live via the phone, and just thank you, man. I appreciate it because I agree with you 1,000%, man. It's tragic, but mark my words, this ain't gonna be the last one. This ain't gonna be the last one, man, because people not willing to listen. You know.
Oh, no.
But I want you to have a
Oh,
good
no.
night. Continue to watch the podcast, and I'm about to get ready to end it anyway. But thank you, my brother Darth, for participating.
Absolutely. Like you said, man, just shoot me the details for Saturday and let's make this thing happen.
Yeah, let's go for around 9 p.m. This Saturday, 9 p.m. Let's go live, and hopefully, man, that's if
Okay.
that's if the world ain't ended, because right now, how all this crazy stuff that's happening in the world, man. World War III, nuclear war can break out in any motherfucking second, man. So if the world still exists Saturday, then this damn podcast gonna go down Saturday. Yeah. But anyway, thank you, brother. I want you to have a beautiful, savage free night. And stay tuned, y'all, for the podcast that's gonna rock. We gonna rock y'all world this Saturday. Me, Darth Vader, and AR American. We gonna be on the panel, and anybody else that want to join the panel, let it be known. I'll send y'all the link. You feel me? But you have a good night, brother. Thank you. Much love and respect.
You too, man. Stay blessed. Salute, Gun Free Nation.
Salute, baby. Gun Freak Nation, Savage Ready Crew. We love you. To the next one, brother. Talk to you later. So yeah, man. That was my brother, Darth Vader. This is strictly, this is definitely a tragedy, man. This is a tragedy, and when you have your gun, you got to almost, just anticipate the next move. This ain't chess. I mean, this ain't checkers. This is chess. So you got to be strategic when you have your gun and when you have your legally, when you got your legal gun and your license to carry concealed. It's different levels to it. You got to know. You got to know how to move. And I felt like he didn't properly make the best decisions when he decided to go to that protest and be armed, man. I'm gonna give y'all another example. What was the brother name that got killed by them two white racist motherfuckers for walking in their neighborhood? This shit took place like in 2020, 2021, some shit like that. And they chased them down with them shotguns and shit, and they killed my man. What was his name, man? I forget the brother's name. Anybody in here remember the brother's name? But the reason why I bring it up, my bad, y'all, my bad. The reason why I bring this shit up is because the motherfuckers that Ahmaud Arbery, that's his name, the Ahmaud Arbery case. I need to have a topic on that. I could talk about that by, yeah. These motherfuckers went to chasing after him with their shotguns. They was in back of pickup trucks and shit, chasing them down. But not one of them had a plan B, what they was going to do if they caught him. They didn't anticipate that he was being so afraid of his life that he was going to try to disarm him. No, when I saw the video, I'm like, man, I would have shot that motherfucker too. Anybody that try to take a gun off of me and disarm me, if they crazy enough to disarm me, then they crazy enough to shoot me with my own gun. That's just my thinking. But after I saw the full story of how they chased this man down, running him off the road, ramming them with their pickup trucks, that guy was desperate and fighting for his life. It's like you corner a rat. When you corner a rat, that motherfucker will try to eat your eyeballs out to break free. He was a cornered man, and he was a cornered, desperate man, and that's what happened to them two racist motherfuckers. And for the defenders who initially tried to defend them, when they pulled up them niggas past, them two racist niggas past, and all that racist talk that they was talking, them motherfuckers, them dirty, low down, rotten motherfuckers deserve every second that they get being locked up for what they did because it was unnecessary. But I'm telling you, when you are armed and you carrying your weapon, you got to know how to move. You just can't just blindly just throw yourself and put yourself in any situation. If anything, you need to be trying to remove yourself from a situation that could potentially go left. You understand? You got to remove yourself from a situation that you know that's a hostile environment. Anytime when you're around ICE, I ain't never personally been around them, but I'm gonna tell you something right now. I was at the gas station not too long ago, and some cops pulled up, and I had my gun on me, and I'm like, you know what? Let me put my motherfucking gun, because I don't have my gun on my person. I have my gun on my armrest, because you may not have enough time to reach underneath your shirt and all that shit. When I say that I'm motherfucking savage ready, I'm fucking savage ready with one already in the head. Let a savage roll up on me. He gonna fuck around and find out. But when I see these cops rolled up, I say, you know what? That's not. I got it sitting on my armrest. That's not the smartest thing to do. Because what if one of them just walk up on me or whatever? And they did do that. It was somebody cutting up in the gas station, and the person that was acting a fool in the gas station had left, and they had to walk past my car to get to this motherfucker, right? But see, I already thought about this. I was 2 steps ahead. I said, you know what? That's not a smart thing. Even though I'm legal and everything. I got my license, everything, man. But I said, that's not smart to have my shit right on my armrest. What if these cops walk by, and I can be a motherfucker and be like, yeah, I can do whatever fuck I want to do. I got my concealed carry license, and I don't give a fuck. It's my right, motherfucker. I can. That shit right there will get you killed. So I had the wherewithal, enough sense to be like, you know what? Let me put my gun where it's out of view, where at the same time I can get to it if I need to get to it. But because these cops are here and they may get out and look, because my anticipating is, what if one of them walk past my car, look into my car, which they certainly was going to do that, and see the gun, and boom, just like that. He could just scream gun, pull out his gun, and I'm dead, because I'm thinking, hey man, it's my right to carry. They find all that shit out after the fact, after they don't kill me, that I was legally, my family might have a good lawsuit, but I won't be here to enjoy the motherfucking money. So my thing is, I'm thinking, nigga, I'm 2 steps ahead of y'all. I ain't gonna give y'all a reason to fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna give y'all a reason to blow my motherfucking brains out, even though I'm within my rights to do that. See, some people get so caught up on their fucking rights and, legalities and their rights and shit, that they lose their fucking mind. They lose their fucking common sense. You still got to have common sense. Just like when you're driving, you got to think for other people and anticipate other people fuck ups because they can't drive for shit. Well, in situations like this, you got to think for other motherfuckers, because you don't know what type of cop that is. If I would have left that gun on my armrest and they clearly came within inches of my car to get to the motherfucker that was cutting the food in that cutting up in that gas station, they had to walk by my car, past my car to get to him. Now I don't know what type of cop that was. He could have looked in and saw that gun and saw me and immediately gunned me down, blew my fucking brains out. Even though the gun ain't even in my hand. It's sitting on my armrest. I said, nah, fuck that. I could see that shit happening, and I put that shit up. If my mans would have had that same mentality that got killed in Minnesota, if he would have had that same mentality, he would still been alive. Because if he wouldn't have had that gun on him, there would have been no reason for a cop to panic or trigger happy to use that as an excuse to fire down on him. It's just that simple. It all goes back to common sense. You got to have your common sense. Fuck all your rights. When it comes to you living, I would rather for you to be alive than to be another dead statistic for people like me to discuss in their podcasts or in their lives. I would rather for you to be alive than to me to be in my life discussing the life that you had, but because of a split-second wrong decision that you made, you are no longer here because you didn't anticipate shit going left. The minute that you stepped in to try to save this woman that was being pushed down to the ground, you brought attention on yourself. And because of that, they searched you. And when they searched you, number one, you should have been like, here's my hands. I'm not resisting, officer. I am legally armed. I have my concealed carry license. I am legally armed. He put himself in a fucked up position. He didn't even have his driver's license or state ID on him. Make it make sense. So, man, things have gotten so motherfucking bad. Not even white people were safe no more, man. It used to be y'all that can get away with doing all kind of shit to the police and all. You know, you might get a little tear gas on you or something like that, but no, man, they treating y'all like they treat us. We violent first, and then they gonna shoot first and ask questions last. But usually with white folks, and I ain't even trying to make this, interracial, because we don't do all that racial shit here in Gun Freak Nation. But I'm still a realist. As soon as I step out my fucking front door, guess what? I'm living in a world that was dealt. I didn't ask to be in this world, and I got to deal with this shit now. So in this unjust, wicked ass world, you got to know how to move. Being a person of color, man, I know it's certain things that What Up can do that I cannot do. Because motherfuckers are already side-eyeing me. Looking at me already, I'm already the villain. Just because of the color of the skin, I'm already the fucking villain. Like that time when I tried to cash Spencer's check after I sold my gun. And the Arabic chick, the white chick was cool with it. The white chick was the coolest one. She was like, yeah, my daddy go hunting and I go hunting and all that. Let me cash the check for you. And then when I sold the other one, the black lady was like, oh, it's all good. But the Arabic, I need your ID. Give me your ID. What's the number to the shop? That was the part that was really insulting. What's the number to Spencer's shop? I'm going to call him to like, goddamn, lady. But people look at you when you of a certain color. People will profile you. They will stereotype you. It would be some bias at play. I want to cuss her fucking ass out, but I kept my cool. And I laughed and smiled in her face when she called and got Spencer on the phone at the gun shop. It's like, yeah, he just sold me one of his guns. And I'm like, man, they even tripped on that shit. Like, who the fuck is she? And she need to mind her fucking business. That's what one of the, Spencer's workers said, man. So, people gonna be people, man. It is what it is. I'm not shocked or surprised because I know how the world is. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying it from two different perspectives. You understand? So you don't never want to be in an environment like that with a gun on you because shit can go left and you can lose your life. Now his life is gone, man. It's like he's somewhere now in non-existence. Don't get me on this death talk shit, but I'm just saying he don't exist no more because of a fucked up choice and decision that he made. So he's somewhere. His life is gone. He don't get to come back. He don't get a second chance. It's over with. His life ended yesterday or today. Whenever that shit went down, his life went down. He out of here. And over what? Because you were protesting some funky ass murderers, rapists, illegal murderers, illegal pedophiles that don't even supposed to be here. That's why that was worthy of you losing your life over. Think about this shit. You just never know, man. You just never fucking know. All right, good night, AR American. So what you're going to see on the news is that they're going to try to justify this man's killing. They're going to say that he went there to be a distractor or antagonizer or a provocateur, and he went there to kill ICE agents. That's what's being basically said on the news, and I don't agree with that. I felt like he was one of them motherfuckers. Hey man, I can legally carry my shit. I got a license. I'm not gonna I'm gonna purposely not carry my ID because I don't need nobody knowing what my profession is. I am a nurse. I don't need this shit coming back on me. But you got it all the way wrong, brother. You should have brought your fucking ID to let everybody know that you are a nurse, to know that you ain't on no violent bullshit and left that fucking gun in your car, in your vehicle. That's where you fucked up at. And it cost them that choice cost my man's his life, man. You know, but I feel like, man, there's something about the state of Minnesota, man. It's been the ground zero for everything from the George Floyd riots to what's going on now. And I just think it's a matter of time before this shit just spread and it might be this shit might be at your doorstep. This might be at each and every one of us doorstep. We may find ourselves in a situation where shit has gotten out of control and the insurrection act might be called in play, martial law. I don't know. But shit is crazy right now. Okay, what up said a driver's license and carry permit doesn't say you're a nurse. He left it at home because he had bad intentions. What up? Do you really believe that? I mean, there's photos of this guy in the hospital. There's photos of this guy giving last words to a fallen soldier whose body was brought back into this country. I guess the person died in a war zone or something or whatever, you know. So this guy was definitely a nurse, you know. Um, I wish he would have been. I wish he would have been savage ready enough to not have been armed because I don't like what they doing to, you know, they are assassinating this man's character. And y'all know how I feel about first responders, man. I have nothing but love and respect for police officers, nurses, you know, paramedics, the people that's in, you know, every branch of our military. You know, anytime when you put on a uniform and the badge and you go out to your job and there's a chance you're not going to make it back home, I salute you. You a fucking hero to me. Now, does that mean that every single cop is stand up and all that shit? Hell, fuck no. But just like every other job, you're gonna have assholes on your job. So same thing with the police force, with ICE, you know. I don't know whether there was a nervous cop that saw that gun and freaked out and panicked, or I don't know whether it was a trigger happy. But the thing what I'm trying that I can't express uh that I cannot express enough is he shouldn't even had that fucking gun on him knowing that he was going into a hostile environment. So in each and every case where somebody been killed by ICE, they pretty much brought that they positioned themselves, they put themselves in that position to be killed, to be unalive. They put themselves in that position. From the woman using a car to try to escape, and they said that, you know, she was using it for a weapon, which I agree, but I cannot agree with the way this man was gunned down. They patted that man down. I don't think he was reaching for his gun. Why would you reach for your gun and you're surrounded by 6, 7 armed agents? Why would you do that unless you got a suicide wish? Why would you do that? So I don't think he was reaching for his gun. I think that when they got him down on the ground, they was searching him. They was patting him down. One of the cops saw the gun, and they probably was like, "Well, you didn't tell us that you had a gun. You didn't tell us that you had your beforehand. You didn't tell us that you had a license to carry or that you were armed." I'm assuming this, right? Because he may have been trying to tell them. I don't know. All I know is I assume that one of them saw that fucking gun and they was either pussy, nervous, scared, or one of them might have been trigger happy. But they lit him up. He was shot multiple times. He was shot multiple times. So I'm not going to just buy into their narrative that just because he was armed, he went there to cause chaos and to kill cops. Because think about this shit. If he really had went there to be on some rah-rah shit like that, he had plenty of opportunity to start shooting at the cops. Did he do that? No. The shit didn't go down until they threw him down on the ground and they searched him, and that's when they found the gun on him. And so my thing is this, man. Stay out of this shit. It's not. Is it worth you dying for? So if you one of them crazy motherfuckers, I'll die for these illegals to be over here and I mean, what if it was your daughter that they raped? What if it was your daughter or mother that they raped and murdered? Would you feel the same way? Would you still be out there marching and protesting for these murderers, these illegal alien murderers and rapists? Would you still do that? I don't understand and don't get how these people can allow somebody to gaslight them and put them on the front lines, and you don't see none of these motherfuckers like this fake ass Black Panther dude that's telling black people to go out there and march for these fucking illegal aliens, man. And if y'all stupid enough and dumb enough to fall for that bullshit, I don't know what else to tell you. I really don't know what else to fucking tell you, man. Make that shit make sense. Make it make fucking sense. But anyway, y'all, we gonna try to do this live Saturday with my brother Darth Vader and my other brother AR American, and and mods. I'm not trying to go too in on y'all, but when y'all see some disrespectful shit, future reference, when you see somebody using racial slurs and all that shit in here, you ain't got to get my permission to boot them up out of here, man. Come on, man. Get rid of them. I should not have to block people. You know what I'm saying? I should not. That's y'all jobs to do that. If y'all don't want to do it, then unsubscribe from being a mod. You know what I'm saying? Or let it be known, and I'll mod you. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Because your boy T, the press, should not have to stop what I'm doing to block a idiot. You understand? When it get on racial and all that shit, you got to go. I could deal with the little jokes and shit. Motherfuckers saying I look like 50 Cent and all that and shit. You know what I'm saying? I can deal with that. But when you want to bring evil into this shit, nah, this ain't no place for all that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? What time is it now? Damn, it's just now 10:21. I can go all night, but I'm about to grab me something to eat. Probably throw me a pizza or something in the oven. You feel me? But yeah, man, that guy positioned himself. The minute that he took that gun with him to that protest, it's fucked up. I feel bad for him. Condolences go out to his family, and I hate to see him get dogged out in the media. Cause if you didn't know no better, man, if you didn't know no motherfucking better, you would think this guy was one of the biggest terrorists, man. They mean, if I could find the clip, man, they saying that this nigga had 2 loaded mags on him, and he was ready. He could have killed 20 or 30, ICE agents with that mag, with those 2 mags, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. The way they spending that shit, it ain't right. It's not right. Let me see, can I find a clip of it? By the way, we got some more videos. Savage TV, we got some more videos premiering tonight at midnight. So I want y'all to be on the lookout for that. I'm trying to find this motherfucker. Let me see something, y'all. Let me try to find this video. I was watching this video earlier.
Now, let's actually talk about training, because the biggest thing I'm seeing in all of these ICE.
My phone don't work worth of shit. Ever since it got wrecked. I'm trying to find video of it.
It's not some, shitty Glock that's had its serial number shaved off. So I would assume this is someone who has a concealed carry permit. Most likely, I'm going to guess a veteran as we look at who this was. Now, this is the man who was shot. And interesting to me because this looks like every veteran ever, right? It looks like you've got your typical maybe 511 style khaki tactical pants, Patagonia jacket maybe, and, ball cap, beard, concealed carrying a nice firearm, red dot sight on it. Like, this kind of screams veteran to me, but we're going to have to wait and see. But started. So what you have here is you have a woman here. I'm assuming this is a protester. You've got the man who eventually gets killed, who's standing in between these people here, and this green cap is an ICE agent. And let's see what happens here. So you see immediately this ICE agent runs up, shoves this woman to the ground in the pavement. I'm not sure what type of police work this is supposed to be. He's not even trying to detain her at the moment, just runs up and shoves her to the ground. And then here's the guy who eventually gets shot. He steps in between the ICE agent and the woman that was just thrown to the ground, and looks like he's trying to stop him. And then the ICE agent begins to pepper spray him. And it's hard to tell what's happening here. Here's the woman that was thrown down. Here's the guy who's eventually killed. ICE agents here. It looks like he's trying to shield her from being pepper sprayed. Hard to tell, though. And again, the ICE agent continues to mace them both. Hard to tell what's happening here. I can't tell if he's trying to shield her or what's happening, but you can see all of these ICE agents are now rushing on top of them. So now they're attempting to detain him. She's still on the ground. And looks like she's trying to be detained as well. And then you have all the ICE officers on top of him.
Fuck people! What the f is wrong with you? Honestly.
Now, I want to look at the number of people here, because this is going to become important. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, potentially 6, 7 ICE agents, at least 5 ICE agents just on top of, again, the one individual who eventually gets killed here. And we'll talk about why that's important here in a second, but let's watch the rest of this. So again, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people holding him down and detaining him. This guy just pulled his gun out. He is now holding his gun one-handed in his hand. I believe he's the one that lets off the first shot, right on top of everybody. And as obviously we can see, round horseshoe circle, they're just lacing his dead body in the street right now. All right, now I want to talk about some important things here that I'm noticing. Again, with any of these ICE situations, you're seeing a massive lack of training. You're seeing panic, and we're going to talk about how much training they get here in a second. It's disgustingly little. But what I see is 5, 6 law enforcement officers who are unable to control the hands of one detainee. 6 men, supposedly here, are unable to control his hands and detain him, which potentially ultimately leads to, we don't know, but if this is a justified shooting, it would have to be proven that this individual attempted to go for the gun that he had on him and he tried to shoot law enforcement officers. Are we seeing that in the footage? doesn't look like it because he's got 6 to 7 people on top of him. So massive failures.
Y'all see what I'm talking about? If you want to go and involve yourself in these, protests, don't bring your gun with you. I don't give a fuck if you are legally armed. If that guy wouldn't have had that gun on him, he would still be alive. If you ask me, he shouldn't have even been there. And that woman shouldn't have been there either. He died because he was trying to protect this woman. I just don't get it why people can get so riled up where they are to the point to where they willing to risk their life over a situation that they can't do nothing about. I feel bad for this man for losing his life, but to be honest with you, he put himself in a position to where he could lose his life. Same thing with the woman, man. And the tragic thing about it is that this won't be the first, and it damn sure not going to be the last. And you're going to always have people so fucking caught up in their emotions for whatever reason, because they don't like Trump or they don't. Mark my words, I'll be on here live discussing another killing in the future. Anyway, y'all, I want to thank every single one of you. Every single one of y'all for tuning in. I might go live again later tonight, but this is America, man. I think Minnesota is the ground zero, man. I think this shit is about to kickstart some civil unrest that's going to take place all over the country, man. And you looking at ground zero right now, Minnesota, Minneapolis, whatever. You looking at fucking ground zero. And this shit is about to spread. And then we got a potential fucking war that's about to happen in the Middle East, man. They're not sending all those warships and aircraft carriers over there for nothing. The Iranian regime got their days numbered just like Maduro over in Venezuela. But this ain't gonna be no easy fucking task like it was in Venezuela. I'm telling you, Iran got sleeper cells right here in this country once they get activated. The reason why, team, you don't know what you're talking about. We bombed the shit out of them last summer and didn't know shit go down. Well, that's different. They still survived. The regime was still, they don't let the Iranians fool you. They know the minute that they activate these cells and they go to killing a lot of Americans, that's it. That's their ass. But that didn't happen last summer. So what Trump talking about doing now is that goddamn regime change, man. So he cornering them like the rats they are, and they about to release. They about to activate these motherfucking terror cells, and I'm telling you, man, you're gonna have motherfuckers driving pickup trucks with motherfuckers with ARs and AK-47s on the back of them, gunning people down. You're gonna have people, you're gonna have motherfuckers driving up in pickup trucks, heavily armed, entering these malls, these Walmarts, these Meijer, movie theaters, churches, any place that can hold a lot of people, concerts, and they're gonna be attacked, man. And they trying to make Trump look bad. Nigga, you fucking with us? No, we gonna fuck with you. You can't even protect Americans in the homeland. I'm telling y'all, this shit about to go down. This shit about to happen. Y'all gotta be you gotta be Savage Ready. This is Savage Ready TV, y'all. I'm gonna keep y'all informed. I'm gonna keep it 100, 1,000 with y'all. I need you to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Smash them both like you smashing a funky ass savage that's trying to come in your house and smash your woman and your kids and all that. Smash the violated. Smash it and stay fucking armed out here, y'all. I'm out this bitch. Salute, baby.